Good morning, Calmly friends. Today is Thursday, April 23rd. We're going to do some math. So we have been talking about using bar graphs and picture graphs. So we've been looking at them and getting information, getting the data from the graphs, and then using it to solve problems. Now we're going to talk about making bar graphs and picture graphs. So remember, picture graphs have pictures, bar graphs have bars. All right, so let's read our problem. It says, Lynn visits an apple orchard. She looks at one row of trees. She writes down the color of apples on each tree. Show one way that Lynn can organize the data. Then make a graph to organize the data. Now, before you freak out and be like, Mrs. Collins, look at all of those words. Look at all this. This doesn't even look like math. And words like data and organize and stuff like that, but you guys know how to handle that. So we're going to break this down one little bit at a time. We know data just means information. It's just the information we have that we can use to solve problems. So let's read it again and answer those questions we always ask. So Lynn visits an apple orchard. She looks at one row of trees. She writes down the color of apples on each tree. Show one way that Lynn can organize the data, then make a graph to organize the data, to show the data. I wrote that part wrong. To show the data. Okay, so what are we talking about? We're talking about apples, right? We're just talking about a bunch of apples. We know that Lynn is looking at one row of trees and that she wrote down the apples, the colors that she saw. So she saw red, red, yellow, green, red, green, red, red, yellow, red, green, green. All right, so it says to organize the data. So organize is how you set it up. So how would we set up this data to make it easier to understand? Because I'm telling you, like, my brain, I don't remember most of those colors now. It was like red, red, yellow, green, red, green, red, red, yellow, green, red, red, green, whatever. That's too much for my brain. So what I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to list these again, only I'm going to group them by color. So let me see if I did it this way, and I'm going to go, and I think I might just write the letter instead of writing the whole word. So I have red, and I'm going to go like this so I know I did it. Red. Oh, let me find another one. Red. In fact, maybe I'll do this. Red, red, and then I'll put yellow over here, and then green. And then I had red, green, red, red, yellow, red, green, green. So let me see, I only have two yellows, is that right? One yellow? Good. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 reds, and 1, 2, 3, 4 greens. All right, so I've got all of them. Now what do I do? All right, so I organized it. I grouped them. I'm like, here are all the reds, here are all the yellows, here are all the greens. So now we need to draw a graph. We only have to draw one. I'm going to draw two. I'm going to draw a picture graph and I'll draw a bar graph. So let's do this. How about we'll put our picture graph here and we'll put our bar graph here. And you be thinking about how you would do it. So I'm going to put up here, it's going to be types of apples, because we have to give it a title. Every graph needs a title. So this one is also going to be types of apples. Titles are uppercase unless it's a little tiny word. Okay, so why don't I start with red? So I have red, yellow, and green. And then over here I'm going to have red, yellow, and green. Okay, so now I'm just going to work on this one for a minute. So my picture graph has pictures. So I'm going to draw one apple for every red I have. So there's one red, two reds, three reds, four reds, five reds, six reds. And the yellow, I have one yellow, two yellows. And the green, I have one green, two greens, three greens, four greens. Okay, so that's my picture graph. The types of apples, I need to do a little bit more because I'm going to need some numbers. So I'm going to go like this. This will be my 0. And then I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's high enough. And I also need to write over here, I don't know if I can do it this way, I have to write number of apples. So the reason I need to do that is I need people to know what this number stands for. I can't just say 1 whatever. They need to know that that 1 means 1 apple. All right, so now I'm going to look over here and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to go like this. And actually I'm going to draw myself some little lines across right like that. So that I have the same number going across. I'm going to go to my 6 and go down. And then I'll color it in. So that means I have 6 red apples. Nothing fancy. Now my yellow apples. I have 1, 2. 2 yellow apples. And my green, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to go up to 4 and come over to green. So now, if someone asked you, how many yellow apples did they see? You could use either graph. You could come over here and go 1, 2. Or you could come over here and go, oh, 2 apples. If I said, how many yellow or green apples? You could say, all right, well, I have 2 plus 4. And I could say 4, 5, 6. So that is how to make a picture graph and how to make a bar graph using data. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Keep learning alive, and I miss you.